What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. This is episode number 36 and today we are returning to the season finale as we take on Manchester United at Old Trafford. As we know, we still have that very thin chance of qualifying for the Champions League, but only a win will do on the final day. As you can see, 2 points behind Pep Guardiola's Manchester City and also 2 goals behind in the goal difference swing as well. They're at home to Crystal Palace, who are already relegated and down to the Championship. The likelihood is they're going to win that game, which means whatever we do, it's redundant. Having said that, if we do win, then Manchester City must at least draw. So the scenario is this. If Man City win, it's over regardless of what we do. If they draw and we win by 2 or more clear goals, we qualify for the Champions League. If they lose and we win by any scoreline, we qualify for the Champions League. Basically, we must win. And if Man City match our result, they guarantee Champions League football. But it is still a possibility. Liverpool just need a point on the final day to be champions. They're at home to Bristol City with 12 points all season long. That's going to happen. Arsenal have practically guaranteed Europa League football in 6th place. As for Leicester and Spurs, they're separated by 1 point for that 7th and final European spot. So, pretty dramatic final day in terms of the race to Champions League, Europa Conference League, and also the title could still be decided as well, though of course it is incredibly unlikely Liverpool will let this slip now. But heading into the final day, just before we get there, Walcott is being approached by Brondby, fine, and 3 youth player unsettled emails. Here you got Whitehouse, you got Berger, and I can't remember the other guy. Jasper looks pretty decent, I'll give him a pro deal. Who were the other two? I think it was Warner, wasn't it? I mean, technicals aren't too bad to be fair for a 58 rated central midfielder, but Berger can go. We've got Bousquet out of the academy, with potentially special. This guy just won't get a game, so I think I'll just let him go. Anyway, heading to the final day again, the scenario very simple indeed. We must win. Fail to do that, and it is going to be Manchester City in the Champions League. The only thing that gives me slight belief we could pull this out of the bag is that Manchester United have absolutely nothing to play for. They're in 3rd place. They've got absolutely nothing to play for whatsoever. They've guaranteed 3rd place. Can't finish higher, can't finish lower. Whereas we've got Champions League football on the line. We're far more motivated than they are for this game. But it is, of course, worth pointing out we've not had a scalp in a single series so far in the Premier League. The odds are overwhelmingly against us. But there is still a possibility we could pull out of the bag on the final day. Only a win will do. And we also need a favour from Patrick Vieira as well. Final game of the season, is it 4th or 5th? Let's find out. Come on, you Saints. I'm not going to be devastated if we fail to pull off the impossible on the final day. I mean, I said at the start of the season, my aim minimum was top 10, and I was hoping we could potentially sneak into 7th or 6th. Well, we've gone further. We've gone 5th, and guaranteed it with a game to spare. So if we don't pull off the impossible and qualify the Champions League on the final day, I'm hardly going to be devastated, considering the fact we also got to the EFL Cup final and an FA Cup semi-final place as well. To add a Europa League finish to that as well. Whey! It's a good season, man, but it still could be even better. Got to go for the win. No point in playing conservative. Got to win. Only a win will do. JWP to Diao. And out wide is Adamola. Look, man, he's got Wan-Bissaka to beat. I'll step inside, try and bend one. And oh! De Gea. Oh, didn't get a touch, I don't think. He might have just about got fingertips on that, but I think it might have hit the crossbar. Oh, Bale, yes, on its own. And shot blocked again. Adams out of the go. And De Gea this time definitely does make the save. We've got to win. I mean, there's no point in playing conservative and playing for the point because a draw is a defeat. And this is the start we wanted. 20 minutes in, Woodwork rattled and De Gea forced into a good save with his near post as well. Okay, alright, we're here and we're here to do our job. Manchester City, we are not giving up without a fight. Again, Manchester United have nothing to play for on the final day, so I mean, lads, think about it. You're guaranteed 3rd. You don't want to see your neighbours in the Champions League, do you? Surely you'd rather see us sneak in there. Let us have the win, will you? I wouldn't want it like that, though. You know me. I want to earn it. Do you know what I mean? And that's how this FIFA has gone. And it's the reason why I've loved this FIFA so much. You've got to earn things in this FIFA. Nothing's given to you. It's brilliant. Still 25 minutes in. Still tied at 0-0. We made a bright start to the game, though. Haven't been under pressure at all yet as Jadon Sancho turns pro. And that's a dangerous thing to say as Frank Kessie offloads. And, oh! Why don't I just shut my big mouth sometimes? Cristiano Ronaldo, the vet, opens the scoring, and despite having the brightest start, the Red Devils take the lead against a run of play. It is the Portuguese superstar with the opener, and the Red Devils are in front. Such a frustrating goal to concede that one. Kessie with the little step over into Ronnie, and you know, I talk about it all the time. I never, ever, ever like to press the circle button when the ball is in my own area, because if you miss time by a fraction, it's a simple penalty, and there's no doubt about it, because the AI's footwork is too good. But sometimes you've just got to gamble it, especially when they're so close to the 6-yard area or inside of themselves, because if you just go the wrong way, like we did it with Mark there, I anticipated him to go right, he went left. It's a goal, you know, Ray's not going to stop it from there. 1-0 down, 29 minutes in a game we must win. Okay, alright, it's fine, it's fine. Plenty of the game to go. Massive underdogs anyway, so could just play without pressure now. Diego, Ward-Prowse, and James. We know he only scores. Cracker's shot blocked again. And Bale's also, how many blocks have we seen in this first half? It's a block party over here. Still trailing by 1. But, do you know what? In this first half, I feel really hard done by to be down by a goal. I feel like I played really well here. There is a chance to find a leveller. It is that man, Gareth Bale, and De Gea makes a brilliant save and then fists it away over the top of his own crossbar for a corner. 34 minutes in, and this just might be one of those games. Salisu heads it onto the roof of the net. Or I play so well, but I just don't get the rub of the green. 10 minutes to go, still down by a goal. It just might be one of those games of FIFA. Keeping the faith though, plenty of game to go, and I've played really well here. Well, that'll do it for the half, and I must say, I feel very, very sick right now, because I don't feel I deserve to be down by a goal. 45 minutes to go, it's that man who's making a difference, as often as he does. It might count for nothing anyway. I'll check the scores at a break, but even so, as things stand, it's definitely going to be a 5th place finish unless we can pull off a miraculous comeback in a second. 45 minutes to go, not over yet. Well, 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 wouldn't you just know it? Final game of the season. Manchester City chasing the Champions League at home to relegated Crystal Palace. Are down by a goal. Yep, Patrick Vieira's side leading by 1. So as things stand, well, you know, we haven't had a scalp since the same began in the Premier League, so I'm not too surprised. But if there was ever a time to put it out of the bag, it's now. I've got to say, it's given me a little bit more positivity heading into the second half. I was very down and out and doom and gloom at the break, but now, because I've seen that score, it's just given me a little bit of boost that could prove to be crucial. Ronnie on the ball, gets around Romain, rolls it across, Kessie offloads, and it's 2-0. End me. Just end me. Always scores against me, this man. Bruno Fernandes doubles the lead. Typical. Absolutely typical. Why couldn't we face someone like Bristol City on the final day? Why couldn't we face someone like Everton? I don't know. Just anyone but one in the top 6. Why do we have to face a team who we can't beat in this series? Bruno Fernandes doubles the lead, and that dash of optimism I had has been crushed by the Portuguese playmaker 5 minutes into the second half. Forget it. This has just been the theme of the whole season, really, in the Premier League. We can beat the teams below us in the table, but ask me to beat any of the traditional top 6, and I can't do it. We haven't done it since the series began. We just aren't at this level yet. And, you know, we are getting there, and we're getting there very, very quickly, but we're just not there yet. And today on the final day, the quality, I don't know whether you can tell on the gameplay, but you might be able to. It's just, they're just doing things a little bit sharper, a little bit quicker, with a little bit more intensity. And that's what the best teams are capable of doing. And we're not there just yet. We're getting to this level, but we're still a notch below at the moment. And that's rung true on the final day. The Red Devils, nothing to play for, yet they're still just a little bit sharper, a little bit quicker, a little bit better. Ronnie tackled and cleared. There's still time. We need a miracle. 3 goals in 30 minutes, otherwise it's over. There's Oscar. Rolls it through. Ronnie is onside. And he'll cross to the middle. And it's headed straight to Fernandes. And Sancho to Kessie. Back to Jadon. And it's off the bar. And the rebound is turned in. Well, I tell you what, if we were going to get a goal, it had to come in the first half. I really felt that. We had chances, we hit the woodwork, we played really well. We didn't take the opportunities. And what's that old saying? If you don't take your chances, you will get punished. Game over. Good night, Saints. Manchester City are in the Champions League, courtesy of their great rivals. 3-0, game over. It's fifth. It's fifth. I think the saying I'd use for this moment here is good but not good enough, you know. That's how I describe our... Oh, De Gea. That's how I describe our battles with the top teams. I mean, you know, you saw it in the game at the Etihad. You know, we could play really well against the big teams. We can match up against them really well. We can pick up draws against them from time to time. But we're just not quite, oh, I can't believe this, at this level yet. It's the fine margins that are separating us from the big top six at the moment. We're so much better than the team we were when we took over, but we're just a notch below these sort of sides. We're so close to being just as good and capable of being a top 4 Champions League team, but just not this season. Getting there, but again, good, but not good enough. I mean, I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying. I genuinely am doing my absolute best. But again, I talked about it's one of the reasons why I love this FIFA, you know, because it's so much more challenging than before. 2 seasons in, you could, you know, win the Premier League with a Southampton. This FIFA is completely different. Look, man. Oh, I'll take it. I'll take that and then some. I'll take it to the bank, baby. Che Adams is going to claim it, but he certainly didn't mean it. Shot by Ademola, deflects off Che. Wrong foot's De Gea. And to be fair, if we're going to beat De Gea today, it needs to be something special or something cruel. In the end, it's the latter. 15 minutes to go. We need to score 3 goals. Oh, no! I tell you what, if we would have converted that, you just never know. Ritsu fires it just wide of the far post. And in a game and a season of fine margins, I think that highlight and that very moment there sums it up. Good, but not good enough. I gave everything I had this season. I did everything I could. But I just came up short on more occasions than one. Ritsu down the right might be able to release Gareth Bale for possibly a final day goal. No! De Gea won't let him have it. Oh, I can't believe it. What a performance from the Spaniard. What a performance from the Saints on the offensive end. But we only managed a goal, whereas the Red Devils got through. Dejection on the final day. A 3-1 loss at Old Trafford. Our wait for our first ever Premier League scout continues. Man City finished 4th. Southampton finished 5th. It's been a great season regardless, but the phrase I'll use to describe it, good, but not good enough. Just not quite at this level, and still a notch below. We're getting there, but not this season. Europa League it is. I love the fact that XG has now been introduced to the stats in FIFA because there's no doubt about it. I felt as though I played better than the Red Devils in this game, but when you look at the amount of shots we had... And yes, that is correct. 17. The XG is what tells the story. You know, the Red Devils, the quality of chances they created were of a far higher quality than ours. I mean, we had so many block shots in this game. It was ridiculous. Eric Bailly was basically a complete brick wall. Then again, De Gea did make some fine saves as well. I don't think we deserved to lose 3-1 though. I think we deserved at least a point in this game, but... David De Gea with some phenomenal saves in this game. Bruno Fernandes with 2 goals as well. Ronnie with a goal. Kessie with a couple of assists as well. Bailly and Varane. I mean, the blocks in this game, unbelievable. 5 for the pair of them. Absolutely crazy. But even so, De Gea made some great saves. Fernandes with a double. They could share the man of the match in what was a 3-1 loss. And there it is then. I just want to see out of curiosity how Man City got on the final day. Did they find a leveller? They did indeed, a 1-1 draw. So we would have had to have won the game. I mean, you had to win the game anyway. We would have had to win the game by 2 clear goals. Winning the game would have been hard enough on its own. We would have needed to win by 2 goals at Old Trafford minimum. At the end of the day, just a step too far for us. And I have to say as well, you know, whilst it is disappointing to miss out on the Champions League on the final day, I think it would have been a bit unrealistic to qualify for it anyway. And don't get me wrong, I would have done anything to have snuck under the final day. I did my absolute best, but it just wasn't to be enough. I think that, you know, going into the Europa League, in Season 3 is far more realistic than the Champions League. So I guess the saving grace, despite the disappointment, is if nothing else, it's what you'd call more realistic. It's not beyond the realms of possibility for a team like ours to sneak into the top 4, but it is probably more realistic that we'd finish in 5th, 6th or 7th. In the end, it is 5th. So there's the final league table. Liverpool champions, Chelsea runners-up, Man City 3rd, and Manchester United 3rd and Man City in 4th place. We do miss out on the final day by 3 points and finish in that 5th spot, a Europa League finish. Arsenal and Spurs are going into Europa and Europa Conference League as Leicester miss out in 8th. And as the bottom 3 already knew that, Crystal Palace, the Blades, and the Robins down to the Championship next season. Oh, Patrick Vieira, I'm coming for some of your lads. I've already got Mark off you. Brett Gize or Lise, odds on anyone. Well, there's quite a few players I wouldn't mind getting from Crystal Palace. Salah wins the Golden Boot this year, 2 clear of Michail Antonio and Raheem Sterling, as well as Ronnie was in 4th. I love the Saints getting into the top 15. Though you had Bale in 6th with 18, Che in 8th with 17, Ritsu with 14. Where's Armstrong? Did Armstrong make it in there? Possibly. Yes. No, Lookman did, sorry, with 11 this season. Ritsu won the assist title. I love the Saints 1, 2, 3 there. And Bale's in the top 5 as well. And as for clean sheets this season, Hugo Lloris, Emi Martinez, David Raya, and Edouard Mendy all finished with 10. But Lloris wins it as he had the most clean sheets in as few games, if that makes sense. So there it is then. It is over. It is the Europa League, not the Champions League next season. And the season ends with a little bit of a sour note, but you can't deny it. This has still been a fantastic season 2. We've seen some phenomenal progression from our team this year. We made some great signings. Raya between the sticks, Bale returning, obviously Mark coming in midway through the season as well. A great season 2 as far as I'm concerned. It was just a bit of a bittersweet season, if you know what I mean. I mean, EFL Cup final, heartbreaking loss. FA Cup semi-final, heartbreaking loss. Premier League, heartbreaking end, only managing Europa League and not the Champions League in the end. But I think you have to say, really, like as a season, this has been a great year. Our first ever domestic cup final, 2 trips to Wembley, and also finishing in the Europa League as well. I was targeting top 10 this season, and 8th or 9th realistically, but possibly sneaking 7th or 6th to have got 5th. That's phenomenal. This has been a great season, and despite missing out on the Champions League, I'm not going to turn down an EFL Cup final appearance and Europa League football next year as well. There's so much to build on. This is still such a great Southampton team. It's still quite young. We've got some great prospects in the academy too. I'm loving this save so far, man. It's been so challenging. It's been so difficult. But I love the identity we're building at St Mary's. I love how the team is shaping up. And most importantly, most fundamentally, despite the progression we're making, it's still really realistic as well. And that was the key to me when the save began. I love the fact that, here we are 2 seasons now in, and it's remained very realistic indeed. I want this to continue just like this. It's been challenging, it's been difficult, you best believe that, but it's been very realistic as well as very fun as well. So the final thing I'll do is simulate through to the end of the season officially, find out who won the European competitions and the FA Cup as well. As Walcott once again turns down a move. He's going to go on a free at the end of the season. But the final thing I'll do is find out who won the cups in the end. As you know, Carabao Cup ended in heartbreak. Man City scoring those 2 late goals to beat us in the final. FA Cup this year was won by Manchester City, domestic cup double for them this season to go alongside 4th place as well. The Europa Conference League is always so interesting to look at every single season. Bayer Leverkusen this year beat Galatasaray in the final. Hajduk split Olympiacos, got to the semis. As for the Europa League this year, that was won by AC. Oh, tell you what, that might have been interesting. AC Milan beat Arsenal because, of course, Arsenal finished below us in the table. I don't think it would have mattered, but even so, yeah, Arsenal got to the final, but AC Milan won it. And as for the Champions League this year, Barcelona winning an all-Spanish final against Diego Simeone's Atletico. They just cannot get over that final hurdle. Once again, runners-up, Xavi's Barca winning the Champions League this year. So that will end today's episode of the Realistic Career, guys. Big thank you for watching the episode and the season as well. As Watford, Brentford and the Baggies, I think. Well, definitely Watford and Brentford, but possibly the Baggies, Borough, Stoke or Norwich coming to the Premier League for next season. Thank you so much for watching Season 2, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it. It might have ended on a bit of a sour note, finishing in 5th and not 4th, but still a fantastic season regardless. definitely a successful one, and most importantly, still incredibly realistic. I can't wait for Season 3, our first year in Europe. It is the Europa League, as we aim to continue to make realistic progression with the Southampton team. I'm loving this save, and I can't wait for the new season. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you at the start of a brand new season, the beginning of Season 3, very soon.